If you run a small business and you're still on the fence about AI, I want you to hear something. You're not behind yet, but the window is closing much faster than most people realize. AI is not a trend. It's fundamentally changing the speed at which businesses can think, create, respond, and compete. And the gap between the businesses using it and the businesses ignoring it, it's growing every single day. So today, I want to show you what is already happening, what it means for your specific business, and why even the smartest business owners resist this change. History shows us that every major shift was fiercely resisted before it became completely normal. Computers, the internet, online banking, digital payments, modern business systems, softwares. So at first, people always said, I don't need that. Then the standard changed. And suddenly, not having it became a massive disadvantage. AI is exactly this shift, except it's moving significantly faster than any of those did. And if you are being actively avoiding it, I completely understand you. Our brains are wired to protect what is familiar, even when the familiar is starting to cost us real money. So when you're running a business completely alone, making every single decision, solving every single problem, your nervous system is operating under constant pressure. And in that stressed state, the brain does something very specific. It prioritizes what is immediate over what is important. That doesn't happen because you aren't smart. It happens because you simply do not have the mental bandwidth to take on anything new. But there is something else underneath it too. As small business owners, we are proud of being the person who figures things out. We build our companies on our ability to solve problems. Then AI comes along and it asks us to learn something new, incredibly fast. And that carries a subtle threat to our identity. Anything that makes us feel behind, confused, or out of control triggers instant resistance. We don't resist because we're lazy. We resist because we're humans. However, being human does not remove the commercial consequences, and that's the uncomfortable part. The question is no longer, do I like AI? The real question is, how long can I afford to ignore something that is making my competitors faster, clearer, clever, and more efficient than me? Let me show you what is actually happening right now. Recent data from QuickBooks shows that 68% of small businesses now use AI regularly. Just 1 year ago, that number was only 48%. Generative AI use among small businesses around the world. The modules that can create new content like ChatGPT, Claude AI, and Gemini jumped from 40% to 58% in just 12 months. Think about that. More than half of your competitors may already be using it. Studies also found that small businesses using AI say it has directly improved their competitiveness. A Salesforce study found that 80% of businesses using AI believe it's a common thing now among their peers, but only 33% of non-users agree with that. It means if you're not using AI, you're severely underestimating how quickly businesses around you are building an undeniable advantage. Businesses using AI can move faster. They test ideas faster. They improve faster. And they can respond to customers much faster, in minutes instead of hours. They know their financial numbers in real time instead of waiting until the end of the financial year. They make critical decisions based on hard data instead of just gut feel. That speed compounds, and once a competitive gap like that opens wide, it does not close easily. Let me tell you about my business and how AI completely changed the game for us. I co-founded a plumbing business in Adelaide with my partner then. Before we built our current systems, then was already doing far more than most tradies out there. He used a spreadsheet to track every single job, recording materials spent and the total charge. He was even calculating the gross profit figure on his own. But there were two massive things missing, and they were causing us to lose money on jobs without even realizing it. First, he had no idea what was our floor margin. Second, he was calculating profit in raw dollars instead of percentage, meaning we had no clue if we were earning on a specific job or not, if it was actually sustainable or not. The moment we built the system and understood our floor margin, everything changed. A job has to reach our floor margin before we even accept it. And because then can see those percentages in real time on his phone, he knows if a job is profitable before he drives away from a job site. That completely changed the way we think about our business, the way he quotes the next project. It's a very simple but highly efficient system built entirely using AI. The Notion database, the financial snapshot, the formulas, every single thing, and all of it just with simple conversations with AI, one question at a time. Look, I'm not a tech person, and I'm certainly not a software developer, but I'm willing to sit down, describe a problem, and work through it with a thinking partner that doesn't charge me per hour. That isn't a minor productive gain. That's a massive saving on time and capital. And that's exactly the difference between a business that can afford to grow and another one that cannot. Here's a homework for you today. Open Claude AI, it's completely free, and type this exact sentence into the prompt box. I run a small business and my biggest problem right now is blank. Fill that blank with whatever is taking the most space in your head right now. Don't worry about making it sound polished. Type out the raw, real problem. Hit send and just see what comes back. That is the entire exercise, because the exact moment you have the first real conversation, something shifts. You stop seeing AI as a robotic tool and you start seeing it as the high-level thinking partner you have never had access to before. This channel is where I document exactly what it looks like inside a real business. Every single video is something that I have already done, decided, or figured out. So no textbook theory, just actual work. So I'm going to show you how to fix your finances, operations, the systems, the marketing, etc. And I'll show you exactly how AI sits inside all of it, not as a lazy shortcut, but as a partner that makes one person capable of running a business that was required an entire team before. I'm Matos. I have a background in organizational psychology. I run real businesses, and this channel I made because the information that you need to compete shouldn't be hidden. It just needs to be delivered in a way that respects both you and your business. Hit subscribe. I drop a new video every week. I'll see you in the next one.